that, and there goes Hans Niemann, who's going to be the bad boy out, as he's number 13 in the world right now.
Climbing
feeling
the ranks.
really good after his games here in this championship.
Yeah, well, yesterday especially, Levon, as always, very sartorially minded.
Secondly, there is a chance of some thunderstorms this afternoon. If it becomes too loud for you, hopefully it's
Chris
not
Bird,
that loud.
Blitzing out their moves.
just like Wesley and Fabi. Levon is white today. Yesterday, he had a very easy day at the office as black against Wesley. Okay, so again, we're seeing Nimzo Indian, Rubinstein, Nimzo Indian. And it's a same-ish where white has already committed himself to E2, E3. Now, the classical players said that was a no-no. So in the same-ish proper, you start with A3. Well, what do you got to do? You got to take.
Take, that was the reason I went there.
And then after castles, what our predecessors said is you want to play E4. So get on with business, play the move F2, F3, follow it up with E4. When you include the move E2, E3, the Capablancas of the world will chide you that that move is not appropriate. It blocks the bishop on C1. So let's catch up with the players. So now we have F3 and into mid. Yeah, but
I lost up a tempo.
Yeah, but why did you play E3 if you were threatening me with E4? Hans says, I don't believe you. You're welcome to play E4 if you want. I just don't believe that's... And now we finally have it. E2, E4. So it's kind of tough. The argument that Levon is making is that you shouldn't have played your pawn to D6. You should have put your pawn on B7, B6 instead. Many, many times in the same-ish, the knight goes to E8 and to D6, so your pawn is on D6. Ha ha ha, aren't I clever?
I believe I'm hearing from VAR that the move knight A5 was a novelty in this position.
Wow, that's hard for me to fathom. Knight A5, because it's so... I mean, you know, when you think about these positions, it's all about going after the C4 pawn, right? So B6, bishop A6, knight A5. It seems to me like a lot of times that's interchangeable. But actually, Hans came with a very different idea in mind. Again, in these positions, white is often playing for the pin. Give me the move bishop G5. Let me, like, I'm going to play some natural moves, if you will, for black. H6, B6, bishop G5, bishop A6, castles, bishop takes C4. Perhaps not the best, but there it is. And I get to play the move F4. These positions have been considered super dangerous for the second player. The move E5 is not what you want. So Hans said, let me play consistent with the position. I knew what you were doing. I got no issues with that. E5, now that's a very committal move. When I see the move E5, two things immediately go through my mind. He's trying to exploit this diagonal. He's trying to restrain this bishop. Like, maybe white is saying to himself, you know what, go ahead and take my pawn. Please do me a solid favor. But I don't want to see you playing E5 and kind of shutting down my play on the king side. So E5, a double-edged move in my view, takes. Pause here for a second. No, I mean, if I take on, I was trying to win a tempo, right? I take on D6, take on D6, take on D4, take on C4. I was trying to win a tempo with bishop here, but it's not that meaningful. Nope.
has ended in a draw, so very
As
comfortable
you,
for Hans.
described.
Hans is currently leading the tournament.
Correct.
That should
Clear
not
first.
last.
Clear
Yeah,
first.
he's in clear first at the moment only.
Right. And wow. Rook G3, I just don't see that as
That's not happening.
as happening, no. Oh, they haven't agreed to a draw.
Oh, so
sorry.
they are still playing, but we have opposite Carol bishops, same amount of pawns. Levon's structure is kind of damaged, but yeah, this is gonna be draw very soon.
Sorry, I should probably bring up that game on my board, and I've got the wrong game. Levon.
And here we'll see perpetual or repetition. King f2, the bishop will go back to d3 to attack that pawn. The king will come back to defend the pawn. Yep.
Well, I must say it was a very intriguing game, and this same-ish Nimzo Indian that Levon essayed, first of all, I find that to be very interesting. The reaction, knight a5, knight
Excellent
b7,
preparation
knight
by
b6.
Hans Niemann.
Yeah, knight b6 by Hans.
And both players blitzing out moves so fast that Levon actually made that mistake, rook b1, and maybe Hans could have tried for a little more accurate moves and then bigger advantage. And here it is, a draw between Levon Aronian and Hans Niemann.
They're whispering to one another. I thought it was very funny in the Legends Clutch match that both Kasparov and Vishy, after the game, they were whispering, even though they're the only ones in the playing hall.
But you know, so
But it's
friendly, these players.
respectful to one another, respectful to the tournament, to speak in a whisper.
Very interesting game.
Fantastic game. Yeah, I'm going to go back and study that because in my day the same-ish